Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, we've got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight, the originally planned Vekoma Tilt Coaster that was supposed to open at Energylandia in 2025, originally 2024, has been cancelled. And this is obviously very sad news for this attraction that would have been absolutely phenomenal by the sounds of it. It would have been probably one of the best coasters, if not maybe the best coaster for Energylandia if it had obviously been built. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Energylandia is a theme park located near Krakow in Poland. It is home to I think 18 roller coasters, I believe, which is like literally I think it's like the second highest amount of roller coasters in the world, I believe, with the park with the highest amount of roller coasters being the most amount of roller coasters being Six Flags Magic Mountain in California. That has over 20 roller coasters. Obviously Energylandia has a lot of roller coasters, and it only first opened in 2014, so not even 10 years ago, and it's already got 18 roller coasters. Obviously because of COVID, they haven't really actually added any new roller coasters since 2021. However, next season we are going to be opening a brand new themed land called Sweet Valley, which is going to be home to two brand new roller coasters, Choco Chip Creek and Honey Harbour, which are both family coasters, but even still, it's two brand new roller coasters in 1 year. Other parks literally would just like that would be pure luck if they got more than one roller coaster per year. The reason that they add a lot of roller coasters each year is because they get funding from the Polish government. Obviously, because originally this park was built for the purpose of like getting a lot of jobs in the local area after the recession of like 2008, and obviously people need a lot of jobs, and so the Polish government just put a lot of money into this park to basically build as many attractions as they can because they will create jobs in the area, and they've been doing that since 2014. And obviously since that year they've been adding sometimes multiple new coasters each year. The last season, obviously 2020 didn't add it because of COVID. They were supposed to add Abyssus and Light Explorers that season as part of the Aqualantis area. Obviously they got delayed to 2021, and they were supposed to open a brand new Vekoma Tilt Coaster, which is a roller coaster where it gets to the top of the lift hill. The track is flat, and it goes like that downwards vertically, and it honestly is insane. It's a new generation version of it because obviously they designed a brand new version of this attraction. And obviously they had plans to open these, I believe, in the same season as Sweet Valley, but obviously it was going to be a different area. It was going to be located next to their RMC iBox coaster, Zadra. And the layout itself would have been insane by the sounds of it. It had some really unique elements that I don't think had been heard before, like a flat carousel turn. What on earth is that? Things like Twister, Bunny Hop, and a double zero-G roll, I believe. That just sounds weird. Obviously, it'd been delayed until 2025 because next year they're opening Sweet Valley. But recently, it turned out that the park had actually cancelled the plans for the attraction, which is such a shame because it sounds like it would have been amazing. Obviously, this isn't like the only tilt coaster that's getting built because it was originally introduced in the early 2000s and it's just being revived now. There are other tilt coasters being built. There's one being built called Circuit Breaker at Circuit of the Americas in Texas. And there's another one in Six Flags Qiddiya called Iron Rattler, which I'll actually talk about in a minute. But it's really sad that Energylandia had cancelled their tilt coaster, but hopefully they'll be able to build something else in the future. In other news today, Europa-Park have announced plans to renovate their Austrian themed area for 2024. And I'm honestly so glad that they're doing this. They are bringing new life to this area after what happened to it earlier this season with that horrendous fire which had occurred. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Europa-Park is a theme park located in Germany. It is actually, fun fact, did you know it is actually owned by Mack Rides? And if you don't know who Mack Rides are, basically they are a roller coaster manufacturer who have built hundreds of roller coasters all around the world, including Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the Runaway Mine Train at Alton Towers, just to name a few. They've built many other rides around the world, and they've done an absolutely amazing job. And obviously in 1975 they opened a brand new theme park in Germany, their home country, called Europa-Park. And it's become one of the most famous theme parks on the planet. and for good reason as well. Like, if you look at like loads of videos of it, or if you've been there in person, which I envy you if you have, because it's my top bucket list park. It honestly just looks beautiful there. Like, such heavy theming, such immersive attractions, such really amazing attractions. It looks amazing. But obviously earlier this season, there's a large fire broke out in the Austrian themed area. And it just caused massive damage to the rides in that area, such as the Alpen Express, the water attraction, and the adventure trail. However, in 2024, they plan to revamp all those attractions, fixing everything, bringing it all back to up to, so introducing it basically as a new attraction while reviving classic attractions. So it's really good that they're doing that. And obviously they're going to be add a few surprises in this new version of the land as well. So I kind of wait to see what the new Austrian area looks like next season. Also in the news today, Iron Rattler at Six Flags Qiddiya has officially been topped off. And this is just like, it's honestly just crazy to think that this whole park is actually getting built. And obviously I think it's mainly this and obviously Falcon's Flight that had been the two main attractions that have actually gone vertical thus far. However, unless it opens in phases like I initially thought it would in my Will Intamin Go Bankrupt video. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Six Flags Qiddiya is a brand new theme park that's being built currently just outside the capital city of Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. It's part of a huge mega project that's called Qiddiya, which is obviously going to be 3 times the size of Walt Disney World, and that's huge. It's going to be basically a massive entertainment complex style area, and part of that is a brand new theme park partnering with Six Flags, called Six Flags Qiddiya. I think they said when it initially opens, it's going to feature 28 attractions. Subject to whether they actually decide to open it in phases or not, but it's going to contain 28 attractions in total. Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about the huge Falcon's Flight being the world's largest roller coaster. There's also other attractions there, one of them being a new generation Vekoma Tilt Coaster, like the one that obviously got recently cancelled at Energylandia, called Iron Rattler. However, this one's actually getting built, and recently there's topped off the top of the lift hill, and they've started building majority of the ride's layout, and it looks insane. Obviously these new generation tilt coasters just look mental. I love that they're bringing this concept back, because it was originally introduced in the early 2000s with Gravity Max at Lipoland in Taiwan, I believe. Obviously, it's most famous for really being like in clickbait YouTube thumbnails when you see a roller coaster that has track that bends like vertically 90 degrees. That's that ride. Obviously that was the original version. It was over 20 years ago. It's still operating to this day, but they haven't built any since. But then recently they confirmed they are bringing back the original concept for the attraction, but with like a newer version of it, with updated track, trains, layout, everything, and it looks mental. Obviously there's 2 being built now. There was a third, obviously Energylandia cancelled theirs. There's Circuit Breaker at Circuit of the Americas in Texas, USA, which I believe is supposed to open next year. And then there's obviously Iron Rattler at Six Flags Qiddiya, which we don't know when that's opening yet, but within the next probably maybe 5 years-ish, obviously because they want to open it with the rest of the theme park, Six Flags Qiddiya. And it looks insane, and I can't wait for it to open. And finally in the news today, the Central Dome at Universal's Epic Universe has now gone vertical. And literally when Epic Universe opens, it's probably going to be one of the best, or if not the best, theme park at Universal Orlando. It looks really cool theme park, and it looks really ambitious as well, with a lot of the attractions that they're building. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Universal's Epic Universe is a brand new theme park that's going to open as part of Universal Orlando Resort in 2025. Obviously it's going to be their 3rd theme park, and obviously because the 2 current ones that are operating are Universal Studios Orlando, which is the original one, and Universal Islands Adventure. This is going to be their third one, Universal's Epic Universe, and it's going to be home to various different themed lands, including lands themed to How to Train Your Dragon, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Universal Classic Monsters, Super Nintendo World, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for it to open. At the heart of it all is the brand new like central hub area, the central land, which is going to be like sort of space, like celestial theme, because that's like the whole general theme of the park. And obviously at the centre of it all is going to be like a dome structure, kind of similar to the dome at Fort Park, but obviously much newer and probably bigger. Now it's going to be amazing, and we don't know what's going to be inside this dome. We don't know if there's going to be like any attractions. I think there's rumours that, I could be wrong, but there's probably rumours going to be about it's going to be some kind of like carousel style attraction there. I don't entirely know, or it could just be like, I'm thinking it might be like, obviously because a lot of dome areas at theme parks that usually contain like restaurants and retail, it might just be for that, but they might have some like attractions like a carousel. That would be so cool if they had that in there. Sort of like a I don't know, like a celestialish sort of godlike themed carousel. That would be really cool. That'd be so iconic actually. But obviously this dome recently just went vertical. It's going to be at the centre of the whole park. It's going to be sort of the main place where, like, the main sort of part of the whole theme park where you, like, go off to the other lands. It's all at the centre of the park, and it looks really cool. This whole theme park is going to be absolutely amazing when it, honestly, so excellent, so brilliant when it opens in 2025. And obviously construction is well underway. They've got so many attractions that have gone vertical these past few months, over the past year or so. And it looks honestly spectacular, and I cannot wait for Epic Universe to open at Universal Orlando. So that is it for this week's episode of Coaster News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment where you would like to see in the next video. Bye!